when opportunity knocks, you take advantage of it, especially when you're running for campaign and mayor. So I went ahead and I got out of work. I left work early and I was there at Telemundo's front door by 5:25 p.m. And it
Nice.
looked like they were surprised to see me. And if I'm being honest, just the tone in the room with the anchors, it was almost as if they didn't like me. They didn't want me to be there. And I got inside the studios and I pulled out my video and I did a little video selfie like I normally do and took pictures of it. And we sat down in front of the studios and I sat with the anchor and we did the interview. And it was a very rapid fire interview where they were asking me very serious questions and then giving me literally like 10 seconds to answer them. For example, they said, how are you going to address the opiate crisis? And then they proceeded to give me literally 10 seconds before cutting me off and taking me into the next question. So as I started going through the interview, it just started to occur to me, I don't know that they actually want me to be here and they're not really giving me an opportunity to respond. And so when the interview was over, I said, are you guys interviewing Kate Gallego? And they said, yes, she'll be here on Thursday. And then the light bulb went off and I said, well, wait a second. You guys sent me a message through email last second, pretty much saying it's now or never to come down and have this opportunity to have this interview. But Kate Gallego already has something set up 2 days in the future. I know the mayor of Phoenix isn't going to accept the last minute request because she has a team you have to get through and there's a whole scheduling fiasco to talk to the mayor. So I know that you guys have had conversations and you gave her an opportunity, an ample opportunity to schedule it and make sure that she could come. And the fact that you gave me this last minute request, the way that I felt that they were trying to do it is, when media takes an interview with one candidate, to be fair, they kind of have to give the other candidate an opportunity as well. And so I took it as they really just wanted to interview Kate Gallego, but they didn't want to look bad. So they were giving me a last minute request, thinking that I wouldn't take them up on their offer and actually show up at their studios because it was so last minute. And then when I showed up, I kind of threw them off their game. And so then they proceeded to give me these rapid fire questions and not let me actually answer it. Long story short,
Where they're like, oh, we got to fit this guy
Telemundo
in now.
they never broadcasted the interview. And I thought this
Oh,
was awesome because it was a week before the election. I'm going to speak in front of, a large Hispanic community and they never aired it. And so that just reinforced my belief that they really never intended for me to actually come down there. And when I did, they were presented with this situation of, okay, do we give Matt exposure and air his interview and Kate Gallegos, or do we just not air either of them? And they chose the latter. And so that is just a specific example of the type of challenges that I was facing with the media. Even when they were willing to give me an opportunity, they weren't really willing to at the end of the day. So
so did you watch her interview by chance?
they never broadcasted hers either. So I think they just chose
Oh,
not to do either of them because if they would have published hers and not mine, then I definitely would have been able to come back on, social media and call them out and I would have had proof and evidence. So I think that by them choosing not to do either, they can say whatever they want now. Well, we just didn't have time or we decided not to. But
interesting. Well,
yeah.
yeah, that in that's here at the Azreia show, it's like, usually it's always real estate investing and it's always about education and giving everyone the proper information of all sides. So like if you ever see someone political on here or anything like that on the Azreia show, we invite everybody. We invite both sides. So it's like if you see what you see is because that's who chose to come.